What's up?
What's up?
In 1990, and that's again, just like this movie is.
Let's talk about a movie from 1986.
All right.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good to see you.
See, I'm the problem. Yeah.
Ned is still having a conversation that started long before he started.
I know, because I logged when you log in on your phone, it goes to the last show you did. The last show he did was Caryata from my car. No, I'm not in the Alaska Lounge.
Nobody cares.
I can't get in until 3 hours before my flight.
Why are you there so early?
Because I had to return my Polestar, and it's right near the airport, so it didn't make sense to come all the way out here, do it, and go all the way home. And initially, I was supposed to work in Tacoma all day. It's a long story. Anyway, Adam's here, so the link worked. I don't know.
Well, that's great news. That is great news. And it's Monday night.
Monday.
Happy birthday to my sister who's not watching yet. But Brian barely finished watching the movie. And it's his movie.
This is Scott's movie. This is Brian's movie?
It's Brian's movie.
Yeah, this is Brian's movie. Yeah, no. Scott want to recommend crap like this.
I want people to admit that the choreography in the Raid 2 was better than the choreography in this movie.
By a mile. there is, and I'm sure there are people who haven't joined us yet who are going to disagree, but there is very little redeemable qualities of this movie. This was really hard. Tonight we're talking about Little Trouble in Big Trouble in, what is this again?
Little Trouble in Big Old China.
That's not it.
No, Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China.
It's pronounced China.
It's
China.
Or otherwise known as the Trump foreign policy. No? Too early? Too soon.
The
Sorry.
movie that Trump showed Xi when he came over to the White House.
What now? I can't. The buttons aren't working. Dan's not working. Dan never works, but that's all right. Tonight we're talking about Big Trouble in Little China, starring Kurt Russell.
Hey!
Dennis Dunn, James Hong, Victor Wong, Kate Burton. I don't know who any of these people are.
Jizz.
All these people. Look at all these people. And starring Brian.
You talk about diversity.
I know, right? Brian, this was your movie choice.
Yeah, sorry I was late. It just finished. Yeah.
You just finished watching it?
It wasn't long ago.
So long ago. I'm muting Dan. Yeah, this was Brian's choice. This is officially my least favorite movie of the year.
Oh yeah. I was watching it and I was like, yeah, Eric's not gonna like this. But
I did not. I had a hard time. Me and my wife both struggled to get through this movie. Like 15 minutes in, it was like, if this wasn't for the show, we would turn this off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, hey, you know what? No, that's the joy. I mean, I brought movies that I know people probably felt that way. So no, you're every bit in your right to love this or think that it's funny to make everybody watch it or whatever. Whatever.
Oh no, that's not why. No, I do. I think this is a fun movie.
No, you have every right to love this movie, and we have every right to hate you for it. So
if you want to hate me for it, or you could just question my movie picking ability if you like.
Yeah. No. I mean, had I seen this when I was 16 in 1986, I might have had a different take. Right?
Yeah,
sure, young.
But watching it in 2025, it just, they were really trying really hard.
I mean, were they? I don't know.
I felt they were, because I felt like, they had. I mean, they spent some money.
Sure. Yeah.
They had a budget. I felt like they spent $25 million making this thing. And it's John Carpenter, and Scott would say peak John Carpenter, which is not saying anything good about the rest of his career. Kurt Russell.
What else did he do?
Kurt Russell is not great in this movie.
John Carpenter?
Yeah.
Carpenter.
Yeah. I'm just blanking right now.
John
Mike Myers, Halloween.
Yes,
Yeah.
but best known for Halloween, I would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I would say The Thing.
You'd say The Thing.
That one too.
Yeah. You know,
Dan, you're muted.
He worked in,
He muted me. Adam loves this movie.
he did a skate.
I think it's an enjoyable movie.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think
No.
Eric, you're wrong. It's not as bad as you're saying. I'm gonna walk around.
No. There was. The problem is, I don't know if they knew how campy they were totally being.
Oh,
right?
totally.
yeah, they had to. They can't make that like yeah.
How many movies,
Felt like they were trying, you know.
Eric?
Like if they were making jokes about certain things, I would have liked it if they took it even further. You know.
I see what you mean.
You know that it's like, you know, if you're gonna do the absolutely ludicrous exposition phrases to make sure everybody knows what the storyline's about, right? Where it's like, oh, Dan's at the airport. You mean the airport where everybody goes to get the French fries and that is always crowded with women from 4 to 6 p.m.?
Yeah, there's a little extra.
There was some extra. The dialogue really, I felt, could have been worked on quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
Here, it's Big Dave in Little Office Nice right now.
Why do they call him Big Dave?
Well,
I won't stand up and show you.
tune in for the after hours for that. All right, so everybody else thinks this movie was okay, and I felt it was trash, but that's okay.
No, I enjoyed it.
When I was watching it, I was like, oh man, I should have like Eric isn't gonna like this. I wanted to pick one that everyone would like, but I guess I can't do that. I don't know.
No, that's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
Phil.
I don't know. I just think it's a fun movie. It is very campy. It's like you get some of the lines in it and you just like laugh because they're bad. But it's fun. I don't know. I just like it.
Well, that's good.
My only real complaint with the movie, to be honest, is, and I know she's not a bad actress in some roles, and in fact, while she was making this movie, she was also in a Chekhov play. So, but Kim Cattrall is terrible in this
She's
movie.
so bad at this. I mean, I hate to say
Her delivery of her lines was just awful.
her performance in Mannequin is so much better.
Yes, actually, her performance in Mannequin was much better.
She was less stiff in Mannequin,
Yes.
which is really saying something. She was a mannequin. No, I'm sorry, again.
Yeah, I had forgotten how bad she was in this. I like the movie, but she was bad.
What scene do you guys think perfectly summarizes what this movie's tone is?
I have one.
Closing credits.
With John
I don't know.
Carpenter's
How about Jack knocking himself out by shooting the roof above his head?
Oh, that's wonderful. I love that so much. I was gonna say, you know, the guy, and he like blows up like you know in Harry Potter, the Aunt Marge. Yeah, that guy with his face just expanding.
Mm-hmm.
Did you talk about the opening scene?
No,
And the police
did not.
department at all? Because
No, we just got started.
that
Yeah,
was
we
a
just
For you,
started.
Dave.
that was a scene that was forced on Carpenter by the studio because he deliberately wanted to make this movie upside down in the sense that the Asian guy was by far the more competent and heroic of the two, and the white guy was basically a bumbling idiot to a certain degree. I mean, well-intentioned, but was just getting in his own way and doing stupid things and not that heroic. But the studio felt like he had to be more of a hero, so that's why they had that opening scene of "Don't you say anything bad about him. He saved us all," which is just
So basically, Green Hornet.
pretty much. or the opening to Dark City, where the studio made them put a voiceover on because people were afraid people couldn't understand it, or Blade Runner.
Or the beginning of the third of Temple of Doom with Short Round rescuing Indiana Jones by just hitting him with a torch. Dr. Jones!
So I don't know, like the entire first, I think, half of the movie, I was just like trying to be like who is Kurt Russell trying to like do an impression of this entire movie? And I actually had to look it up. And I really think he was doing a John Wayne voice for the entire movie.
See, I thought he was doing basically what would happen if Harrison Ford starred in Duel. He had the truck. And it kind of is like an Indiana Jones movie, but stuck in
it does feel a little like Indiana Jones, yeah.
There were no upside down
the head, you know, like the head thing, and yeah, yep.
No upside down crucifixes though.
No, only giant golden Buddha statues being knocked over.
Yeah, like dominoes.
Right. I was like, do we need to have this whole shot, John? Was it really important that we saw every single statue get knocked over for 15, 20 seconds of film?
I do like this movie, but it is, to me, it is a bit of a distant second to Escape from New York.
Oh, I mean, that's on my list. I enjoy that as well.
It is cheesy too. There's no question, but I love Escape from New York. This movie I like. Escape from New York I love.
Yeah.
I told Eric this, and I was waiting for you to come on, Brian. I want y'all to admit that the choreography in The Raid 2 was better than this movie.
And I agree.
Which movie?
The Raid 2, which was Kung Fu Godfather.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, like if I was like Kung Fu movie, like this is not. No.
Well, when we get to what else have you been watching, I'll have a comment on that.
All right. Yeah, no, that guy, the main dude, he does
Kurt
good.
Russell.
The what?
Kurt Russell.
Oh, I think I'm thinking something different then. Sorry. I was thinking of that other movie that you. The Kung Fu
Raid.
movie.
Yeah.
Raid 2.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
That main dude.
Yeah, the dude in that, he does really good choreography, or however his, I don't know, the movies he's in. How about that?
I think this movie was like, this established who Raiden was going to be in the Mortal Kombat games. I think so much of Mortal Kombat.
Oh, there's a lot of Mortal Kombat ripoffs happening here.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, yeah, that game came out like 5 or 6 years later, though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's before that, so
Mortal Kombat ripped this off.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely. Movies, everything. Yeah. Yeah, I do think they had a lot of posturing. But I mean, I know it's a typical thing in but they just showed them all the time, you know, the three sorcerer guys, and then with the electricity, like every other thing, whenever they showed up. You could cut a lot of that out if it was made nowadays.
I just wanted to play the music from Sleeping Beauty, like the Three Fairies music, every time those guys showed up.
Oh yes, no, and then they start doing like ballet moves.
Yes, that was pretty much what it was, though.
Yeah.
Look at me, definitely not on a wire, flipping through the air just to throw a knife when I have lightning.
that. I think that is like the. I don't know. I want to say that it was my most memorable fight scene was that one in the very beginning.
I think that the humor that this was going for was perfected by Kung Fu Hustle. Because what Kung Fu Hustle did was say, we are just going to do a movie about a landlady needing to pay her debtors. That's it. That's the plot of the movie. Some guy doesn't pay his rent. And this was like, no, we have to have like this feeling of a 80s RPG game where you just keep going from each level to the next. Like
you are now in the hell where the what was it? They hang people upside down or something like that.
You're now in the brothel. You are now in the temple.
I think I'm like iffy on my Chinese mythology, but I do think they have a bunch of different levels in their hell kind of thing.
Brian, if you know anything about Chinese mythology, I'll be very impressed.
I mean,
Just like me.
I'm rusty on mine. I know beef and noodles. No, beef and broccoli. And I know orange chicken.
I will tell
And
you.
do not miss the Panda Express to heaven.
On After Midnight a week or two ago, Thomas Lennon was on and did one of the worst jokes I have ever heard, which is they were talking about the Broccoli family giving up control of James Bond franchise to Amazon.
Oh yeah.
And he went, "Well, I've got a broccoli story to tell you. When apparently he had written or was trying to do a treatment of a remake of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which is because Fleming wrote it is also under their control, and he was of course one of the co-writers of Night at the Museum, and apparently Barbara Broccoli told him, if you think we're going to let you make a Night at the Museum out of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, you've got another thing coming. At which point Thomas Lennon goes, and now you know why I have beef with broccoli.
Oh my God, that's awful.
That's a dad joke.
Dang, that is a Shaggy Dog joke.
What are we hearing, by the way?
Although, yeah, let's see what happens with James Bond. They handled Lord of the Rings so well.
You didn't make report background noise? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're hearing weird background.
Yeah, there's quite a lot. We can hear that really well.
Oh, now we're in a podcast, guys.
Normally, this does very good isolation. For some reason, it's not logging into that. It's not doing the background noise. So I'll just mute.
All right.
Okay. We still want to hear what you have to say, though.
Yeah, this was an 80s movie. It
It
had
really
80s effects. It had the 80s cinematography. It had 80s editing, kind of holding your hand through the whole story. And yeah, definition of a B movie on an A budget.
It is, and it's also a movie that if you know your movies, you watch this and you even probably like 15 minutes and you go, I think this is a John Carpenter movie.
Yes, there's just a hint of cheapness that follows this movie.
A guy who never brings a movie in over budget, never brings a movie in over schedule.
Oh man.
The director of Mickey 17 was it Bong Joon-ho was on Colbert a week or two ago, and apparently they're both massive fans of The Thing. And when he heard that Colbert had interviewed Carpenter, he was like, and apparently he's going to get to meet John Carpenter in a week or so, and he's just like really nervous because it's like one of his cinematic heroes.
Nice. I haven't seen The Thing in a long time as well. This one I haven't seen in a very long time, but I just think it's fun.
Go ahead and watch The Substance. You will have seen The Thing. No. That is a great movie, though. We'll talk about it later.
This is one of those. Adam says this is one of those movies where if you don't know going in, if purposely we're going for camp, then you probably wouldn't get the intention. I didn't.
Oh no, we got it, Adam. Don't worry.
I mean, yeah, that's
How
why
many
I think
guys just walk up to you and go, "Hey!"
Well, and when the very first fight Kurt Russell gets into, he's just like, boom, one punch and he's down. You know, it's like you expected he was going to be this guy that was going to match up all the tropes. You know, he's going to take them on. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, again, Indiana Jones. Imagine that. That's not how it's supposed to go.
Right. No, like when they're coming out for that first fight and like, you know, they're all like posturing and everything, they're staring each other down, and then they whip out their guns.
I'm so glad you said guns.
And then the three guys with the funny hats come down.
Right, yeah. Then the guys in the exactly. It's so good.
It's a stupid movie. There used to be stupid movies like this because it was kung fu, and everyone knows that kung fu movies are supposed to be silly. They just don't make them like this anymore. It's true. Honestly, though,
you have the three guys, right? You have the one guy who controls electricity. You have one guy who's like does all the wild kung fu moves and is flying through the air, and then the third guy's just like
exactly.
He's so funny.
Teeth!
And he's the funniest one by far.
Oh, 100%. I
I
mean, when
love
he's
Uh,
we were talking about earlier, like what scenes like summarize this movie for me. I think it's when the kid is doing backflips away from him, and the guys running out like, ah! And he sees the statue next to him. He's like, ah! And he goes back to chasing the kid, just chops him in half. I'm like, yeah. Why did you cut the statue in half? Because it was there. Thank you, John Carpenter. Now I know the answer to everything that you did in this movie. Every single choice he made.
And apparently, when the villain was coming down the escalator, that was very precarious. He was they had to do that in one take because they were running out of time for shooting, and the stunt guy wasn't available. See, he's got these robes on, and he's standing on literally like 1 foot platforms. And okay, you've got to ride the escalator down. He said later he watched it, and it looks like he's being menacing. He's being terrified as he's coming.
The guy who did play the main villain in this, he has a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame for being like in every single movie starring an Asian ever.
Oh
Like-
yeah, he was in everything.
Oh yeah. At the top of my head, I just know he's the Grand Vizier in Mulan, the guy with the blue hat.
Is that James Wong, the guy
I think
from
so, yeah,
Seinfeld? Seinfeld, Party 3, Seinfeld.
Yes, and he's also married to Frau Blucher in Malcolm in the Middle.
I think he's also in. Is he The Godfather?
Crazy Rich Asians.
Crazy Rich Asians. He was in something in the 70s that was like, holy crap, I can't believe they're in.
Yeah. Yeah, he's replacing that waiter. It was in Gone with the Wind, Casablanca, and Citizen Kane.
Yeah, James Hong was in everything.
He is. He's still alive.
Yep, he is. He's still in. He's in the Gremlins TV series. At least as his voice.
I think he was in Tremors. Was he?
He was in the most recent Tenacious D music video.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Just like the Phoenix.
Yeah.
No, James Wright. I do like when Kurt Russell.
And shaking his head.
Like how, he's in all of these Asian movies, and clearly he's of Asian descent. He was born in Minneapolis.
What I do, Dan?
You're just Wong.
I knew that was going to happen too.
He married another Wong. Could their child could be white?
James, you just Wong.
2 whites don't make a Wong.
2 Wongs make a white.
Confucius say.
I'm disgusted with all of you.
He picked this movie.
It wasn't a Wong choice.
There's no Wong answer, Brian. It's fine.
Eric's like, can we give a thumbs up already? So I give a thumbs down.
After this, we'll pick a Stephen Wright movie.
Come on, tell us about it, Eric. Let's hear it.
I have nothing to say. I have already said all the good things I can say about this movie.
Say the bad things.
Say something nice, Eric.
I don't want to trounce your movie. It's good. It's fine. It's good that you something you like.
Good, it's
happy for you.
fine. So
I want to hear the truth though, not the placation.
No, we just as I said, I mean, I enjoy certain kinds of camp. This did not hit any of the buttons that we enjoyed. It felt just way
from
too.
the man who loved Sergeant Pepper, this camp was too much for him.
This was way. I don't think it was enough to feel.
Yeah, saying that he wanted more. That's what. Yeah,
I would probably want more camp.
Yeah,
I would want more camp. If I was, I need.
Hey, little China.
Maybe.
Eric treats camp like MSG and Chinese food.
Oh man.
You just have to have the right amount.
Actually, the studies that implicated MSG in all kinds of maladies have been mostly debunked over the years. But anyway.
Yeah, it has. That's true. But we still don't use it.
Yeah, it's a bad rap now. So yeah.
I did not expect an MSG tangent. This was nice.
A pretty small.
Madison Square Garden's a great place.
That was a pretty small tangent. as far as tangents go.
On this show.
No, I felt like the whole thing was. We didn't have a good time at all. As I said, 10 or 15 minutes in, we would have turned it off. We weren't feeling any of it.
Yeah. Well, you just didn't. Was it like the plot? Like, or is this just?
I don't even think it was. What plot?
The plot where they had to get from point A to point B to point C.
Yeah.
Have you seen any other John Carpenter movies?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
You haven't seen The Thing?
No.
Oh my gosh. I'm just going to rattle off a list then. Why not? Let's find out. He loves lists.
Starman?
I don't think I
The
saw.
Fog?
No.
In the Months of Madness. Oh, in the Mouth of Madness.
These aren't my movies.
Or going way back, Dark Star?
Escape from LA?
No.
Christine?
No. I know.
Village of the Damned?
Actually, another one of my favorite Carpenter movies is They Live. You want to talk about camp, boy. They Live has it in spades.
Yes, I completely agree.
I've come to chew gum and kick ass, and I'm all
I'm
out
all
of gum.
Starring Roddy Piper.
Rowdy Roddy Piper, yep.
So what? Okay, so what's a good like kung fu camp movie for you, Eric?
Wow, that is a very specific genre.
Yes, it is.
I don't think I have one.
So you don't like I mean, I think like Jackie Chan would be kind of campy sometimes.
I love Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
I'll watch The Tuxedo before I watch this again.
Oh, no.
I'd say
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
The Tuxedo is painful. Oh.
I love Jennifer Love Hewitt.
have
How
you
about,
seen
how about Time Cop or something that's
Shanghai Night?
very loud? Something that's like a Van Damme.
That's not really campy.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I love that movie.
That's a campy kung fu movie.
I don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you say that's campy?
It was because he was
Movie
a trucker.
with dildos exploding?
Yeah, the dildo fight's a little campy.
The hot dog fingers?
See, but I got that.
Oh,
That's the level I need. That's the level of camp that I need.
Eric's like, I'm campy. Oh man. It's
All right.
5:30. Can we put a thumb in this?
What? Hey, what you do in your spare time is totally up to you.
I think
all right,
Jackie Chan was actually considered for a role in this.
How many people do we have here? There's 6 of us tonight who enjoyed this or endured this. No. Enjoy this. Adam coming in strong with a thumbs up. And I'm guessing the rest of you as well. Scott's, where's your thumb?
We're trying. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the most high. I'm not holding it up here, but I have a fun movie. I enjoy. I like
Where's
it.
your thumb?
Yeah.
It's wiggling up top. Yeah, no. If you don't like this kind of humor, if you don't like the first 10 minutes, you should turn it off. Because
I mean, that is true for most movies. Right?
I would disagree with that statement.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean,
'Cause
10
there are
minutes,
movies
you know
that
what the
start
whole
a
movie's
little
about.
slow and then they take off in a good direction.
Well, there's movies that are the opposite. I love the first half of Stripes, but the second half leaves me cold. So
See?
There are movies that are absolutely the beginning is the strongest part, and then they just suck. Yeah.
you got to grow off the beard, Eric.
This is as long as it goes. I'm
This
not
is
proud
this
of
is 2
that.
years growth here.
This is peak length for me. So we're gonna have to artificially add some follicles. Although Dan found a video of somebody who 3D printed the EriDan, I should say. Basically added hair to a ball cap that comes down over the front. Who would have thought it is possible, even with a 3D printer? So, all right. Well, we should probably figure out who gets to torture everybody next week. No,
Hey.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I understand, and it's still got an 83.3%, which is a very strong showing.
Yeah.
So here we go. Here's the group. Here's
Wow.
the team.
Come on, torture soft.
What's our St. Patrick's Day movie going to be?
Oh, wow.
Saints.
To pick a
Quiet
Liam
Man.
Neeson movie.
Got to pick something largely green in color.
The Hulk.
All right,
Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
We'll let it not be the Hulk.
and I'm going to spin. All right, here we go. Round and round she goes, and it looks like.
Oh, man.
Oh,
So that's like right in the middle.
close. That was close.
I almost think you should respin. I'm
Do
not
I
sure I'm
get
gonna
to
have
pick
time this
anything?
week.
What?
Go ahead and respin. I'm not going to have time this week to really do much. So
right.
I apologize. I was too loud.
All right, we'll respin it. All right, I'm going to share this again. I'm glad I didn't close the window. Okay, here we go. An additional shuffle and a spin, and we'll see.
Is throwing a tantrum going to pay off?
Ooh.
I don't deserve that.
Scott's
Here
going to
we
pick
go.
Dude.
Ask and ye shall receive. I guess.
Oh boy.
I'm excited.
Now it's on you to figure it out.
The Quiet Man.
Let's-
The Quiet
let's-
Man.
I don't know
I was
what
about
that
to say The Quiet Man. Actually, my dad loves that movie.
What?
It is John.
Oh, here we
Wayne.
go. Adam's already thinking, sending positive vibes your way. And maybe that. I don't know. So, all
Why would I
right.
pick that?
The first one that came to my mind, Saints. So that's definitely not.
Yeah. Take your time. Do not rush into a movie choice.
Pick a
might
nice
be
lighthearted
thinking-
movie about the Troubles.
I mean, do I just punish Adam and pick something that he wouldn't like? Like,
It's punishing all of us if you do that, however.
Uh,
no, not necessarily.
That's true. Pick a good Irish rom-com.
There you go.
I will not pick Finian's Rainbow. I will promise you that.
Okay. Or Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Yeah, you guys want to know what Francis Ford Coppola was like before The Godfather? Watch Finian's Rainbow, a musical fantasy movie by Francis Ford Coppola.
You could get us all to stop making comments about The Irishman and make us spend 3.5 hours watching that.
Honestly, like, I'm half tempted if I ever get a double feature again to like just pick a super long movie and just cheat. So,
something
That's-
from Bollywood
Yeah.
would go over really well.
Christ. Okay, let me think here.
Crazy. Well, that's crazy. All right. Let's talk about other stuff while Scott tries to
Dan's
figure out
watching
what we're gonna
Rear
watch
Window.
next week. All right. It's time. It's time to talk about what you want to recommend or what you watched recently or whatever you want to talk about. Tell us about something.
I will
Recently,
say, in preparation for Daredevil Born Again, I rewatched the entire first season of Daredevil, which was so good that it only took me 3 days to watch it because I was just like, I've got to watch it.
that's
That's
awesome.
what I was talking about, some really well choreographed fight scenes.
The one that comes to my mind is it was like a really good long shot, like all the way down the staircase. It was great. Do you know what I'm talking about? The
Offhand.
he's
Are you
just like
talking about the
fighting.
one where he drops the fire extinguisher on the guy's head?
No. Like he's fighting down this staircase.
All right.
I don't. You guys don't know that one? Okay, it's all good.
No, not that. But I highly recommend, if you haven't seen it or if it's been too many years since you've seen it, it really holds up.
The
I will
first
say,
one,
the dialogue at times I realized as I was watching it for the second time was a little predictable. It's like, oh, he's going to say, this. It's, oh, he did. Okay. Oh, he's going to say, oh, he did. But it's still excellent.
It is. It is.
I had
Yeah.
sorry, I had to move because I was sitting in a nice
Yes,
quiet
that-
area, and all of a sudden, like
That's from season
TSA
2. Okay.
5 TSA
Oh.
agents showed up and started eating.
You're very suspicious.
Well, you could have
I
asked them what they thought of Big Trouble in Little China.
No, instead I'm in front of this kaleidoscope screen. That's all.
Can we watch this next week?
So what now?
All right. I have my movie.
Oh boy, already.
All right. You guys want Luck of the Irish, huh?
Not really. I
right.
did not ask for that. Oh, wrong button. Go ahead.
Oh, God. Are you sure it was the wrong button, Eric?
That's what I was going for.
Thanks.
What's the wrong button?
All right. You want Lucky? We're going to watch a movie about Lucky Jack Aubrey. We're going to watch Master and Commander.
Oh, excellent.
Oh.
I know
Well,
that's
there
what
you
Adam's
go.
list.
All right.
There's a movie
And
I've
I-
never seen either.
I did just get because I wanted the British version because it has the proper aspect ratio, the entire Hornblower series, which is really excellent. So, which Master and Commander, of course, is also based on Hornblower.
Is this Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World
Yes.
Yes.
from 2023?
Russell Crowe.
No,
2023?
2003.
I meant that, but you know.
Yeah, Russell Crowe.
And the guy's
I don't
name
know.
is Captain
Oh.
Lucky. Captain Jack Aubrey.
All right, so it looks like you're gonna have to rent this one.
It's worth the rental.
Is it?
It's
The,
$19.
What?
I'm joking. I didn't even look.
a $3.79 on your Amazon Video Fandango?
Adam nearly picked this one last year, I remember.
I love this movie. It's one of the few movies I have on
So
DVD.
Adam's prediction that you'll pick a shitty movie did not come to pass.
Yeah, time will come.
If this is one I know Adam likes, is what I mean.
See?
It's worth the rental for sure. I don't even know. Do I have this movie?
You'll find it somewhere.
I mean, apologies to your wife. There's only one woman in it besides the boat.
What's one of those movies? 85 on Rotten Tomatoes by the critics, 80 by the audience. 2 hours and 18 minutes of your life for this PG-13 classic art of cinema. Russell Crowe, Paul Bettany, James Darcy, Robert Pugh, and then a bunch of people I don't know. But there you go. Well, there's a choice.
It's quite good.
I think I'm gonna go with the as my recommendation for the week will be the new season of Daredevil. I'm only 2 episodes in, but if you enjoyed the series, it's really good, and it's different than I expected, in all the right ways. So I was a little nervous about it, and I really enjoyed it. So if you are want to watch the reboot, I think you should do that.
Right on.
My recommendation, I think I recommended prior, but it's only one word: Reacher.
Oh, now that has a new season, right?
Yes,
New
a
season.
out.
There's about 5. I think up to 5 episodes for the season so far.
Reacher.
Amazon. I barely know her.
Hey guys, I had a work call come up. I gotta go. Sorry.
Okay. Thanks,
See you
guys.
next week.
See ya.
Yeah.
Well, how about that? And Severance obviously continues to be amazing.
Oh my God, unbelievable. 2 episodes left.
That's sad.
I know.
Let's hope there's less of a gap between seasons 2 and 3 than there were between.
There will
seasons.
be. They're already in pre-production for season 3. I've heard. Way ahead. But there might only be a season 3. Although Ben Stiller did say that he thought there'd be 5 total.
Well, Stiller has also said that, because I think it was one of the talk show hosts asked him, so do you know where this is going? He said, yes. We had mapped out where this ended up, We did not know all of the paths it would take to get there. That we're still working out, but we know how it ends.
Fade to black.
Yes, it's the Sopranos.
And scene.
I honestly, I did not set off those balloons. I don't know what hand motion really did. That's
Nice.
those balloons. I did not purposely do that. I don't know how do you. Is it? I don't know. How do you set up? Oh, it is peace. I had no idea.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Your Ringo, huh?
That's great.
Oh my gosh. I've gotten into seeing how many live streams from Disney World I can do at once. Earlier this week, we had 7 different live streamers from Walt Disney World playing at the same time.
I don't get that. Oh, wait, look at this. Hold on.
That's just great.
Jump on, Dan.
Is that-
Reserved. Didn't see it said reserved. Wait, here comes another one.
That's moving on its own
Outgoing. That one was kind of reserved.
without anybody pushing it.
I mean, are we in the future or what?
I have not seen that ever in my life.
That's so awesome.
They usually people push them. Well, my sister had one of the electronic ones, but I mean, like, you know what I meant, like, automated.
So that means you get off the plane, it's sitting at the gate waiting for you with your name, and you sit in it, and it takes you to baggage claim.
Yeah.
Like, how do you tip it?
You rock,
Remember how
you rock back and forth.
That's how you tip it over.
Remember how the humans
They did it in the movie.
Remember the humans on the spaceship in Wall-E?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something to be said about like a human bringing it to you, though. I would think it's like more caring kind of thing, but it's
I'm of
cool.
both minds because I know there's people that hate self-checkout because they want a cashier. I love self-checkout. I want to deal with a person when all I'm doing is buying and paying.
Like how much stuff you have. Like, do I want to check out all my stuff when I'm buying stuff? For, like,
I have had some cashiers that are slower than molasses.
There are those, that's for sure.
My only preference for a cashier, and we're going wildly away from movies, but that's all right. My preference for a cashier is if I'm buying an obscene number of the same thing.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. They can optimize that. Yes.
Because you can't go to a self-checkout and say, I'm buying 40 Twinkies.
I'm buying 40 packages of your 50-cent packages of straws from my preschool. I don't want to ring up 40 of them.
Right, exactly. Right. So that is my only preference for a cashier is that somebody who can go 40, scan it once, and I can get on my way.
And I also deliberately you can usually tell at a glance the experienced cashiers versus the ones who are not. And you try to pick out a good cashier.
Absolutely. You know.
I prefer the ones that don't look like the most miserable person ever. Like,
that's fair.
Well, I've had a few of those.
It reminds me of the early Seinfeld episode. And she's like, Jerry, I can't. Oh wait, look, here's an old school. All right.
Yeah, there we go.
She's like, Jerry, I can't date someone if I don't respect what he does. And he's like, you're a cashier.
Oh,
we had excellent cashiers before in our lovely Walmart. But boy, you know, some of them not
yeah, for sure.
The other thing when, like, if I'm at a Kohl's or something and you have a shirt that was in the clearance rack and there's no tag on it. You got to go to a cashier, and you got to go to a cashier who looks like she's been there a while or he's been there a while.
Yep.
If you go to the new guy or the new lady, it's gonna be like,
and they're like, and then they have to call the manager over.
Right. Or they're gonna say to you, "Is there another one on the rack? Can you go check?"
If there had another one on the rack, I would have brought that one up. No, sometimes I'll do. It's exactly the same as this in a different color.
I don't know if that's the same. That's not the same. What if we're just clearancing that color?
Yes, that can happen.
It does, yeah.
But they should be
They
able to
do
look.
they do certain colors on certain days. Sometimes it's weird.
That is also true.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish there were more people like the one Adam just mentioned in the chat, because that drives me nuts. When people go to the 8 items or less and they have 10 items, I really think it should just cut them off.
I've only seen that once,
Mm-hmm.
where somebody's like, "I'm sorry, sir." It was like 15 items and an 8 item.
I might give you a grace of 1, but that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, I think if I'm going through with my lettuce, tomato, and bread, that should count as the BLT, and you should get off my back about that.
I'm making vegetable soup. It's all the
Uh,
I think that totally counts.
But what happens if you have, like Eric was saying, you have 40 Twinkies? Is that 1 item or is that 40 items?
There is a question about that.
If you have to ring them up separately, that's 40 items. There's no question.
But
It's not.
But even if I had 40 Twinkies, I would not go to an express line, even if that's all I was buying.
I honestly,
what if it's the regular lane and it's a 10 item or less lane, and somebody gets 40 Twinkies, but they only have to scan one thing and hit 40?
I would not go in a 12 item or less lane with 40 Twinkies.
yeah, I wouldn't do that.
You get a grace of like 4 to 5 items.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
even going near
I
that
think
long.
you can go 4 to 5 items over, because honestly, you're eyeballing it. You're going, yeah.
But if it's 8 items or less and you're buying 12 items, did you fail first grade? Come on.
I'm just saying you're eyeballing it, right? And it's like
I'm counting. It's single digits. I can count single digits.
No, I'm more forgiving than y'all. That's all.
No,
Wow.
I'm a kinder, gentler person than most of
I
you.
will agree. It gets a little tricky with produce, because some produce you weigh, that's 1 item no matter how much you're buying. And some produce, like avocados, they have to ring them up separately. So I get it.
See?
but I'm buying for the month.
Now, see,
Because they never go bad.
there is that. I'm stocking up for the year.
Or yeah, the year.
Remember when Hostess stopped making them for a while before they were acquired in bankruptcy? There were people that stocked up on Twinkies.
Oh yeah, they did. They did it.
Oh, they were.
So
worth gold.
if I buy my bananas and they're attached to the stem, that's 1 item. But if I rip them apart, it's count as separate items. Or it doesn't change the cost.
It's true. If you've got a bag of oranges, is that 1 item or is that a dozen items?
It's 1 item because
bunch
it's a single UPC. You scan it and you're done.
That's true. Yeah, but I'm saying, but here's a new thing here at SeaTac. They have co-ed restrooms.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically every restroom is a stall.
Only college students are allowed to go?
Yes, it's all for co-eds.
Nice.
No, it's like a row. It's like 10.
Or these community restrooms.
It's 10 individual. In each side, there's like 10 individual stalls.
Okay.
And each stall has its own bath, toilet, and sink.
Oh.
I've told this story in 1979, I think it would have been, or 80, one or the other, because it was my senior year of high school. I went to take a scholarship competition at Pitt at the Hillman Library. And when it was over, I went to use the restroom. And I walk into a stall, drop trowel, go to sit down and look up, and first of all, I walk in and there's no doors on the stalls.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. That wasn't too bad. Then when I went to sit down, and just as I'm sort of sitting and I look up, the entire opposite wall is sinks with a giant mirror running the entire length of the wall, so you can see all the other stalls while you're sitting down.
Oh my!
I've seen that before.
I'm not using
that.
That
is just creepy.
I'm not using that restroom. I'm sorry. No.
All right, I had a situation.
No,
hold on. Before we do that, we're doing scene study, Eric. These are great, funny scenes we could put into a film or a sitcom.
Absolutely.
I was in Santa Monica, and I had to go, and my friend's like, the bathroom's down there. So I walk down, and there's no doors. It's just like cement walls dividing each stall. So I'm sitting in there, and my friend goes, I'll cover for you. So he's like, I'm going to stand here. And he's standing there, and then all of a sudden he goes, all right, you're on your own, and he walks away. So now I'm in the bathroom. I'm like trying to hurry up. and I can see out of the reflection of the urinal if somebody walks in. So I'm keeping my eye out. You know, it's like, when do you finish? You don't want to be finishing, you know, doing the, you know, for lack of wiping when somebody's walking in. So I'm watching. I see, okay, coast is, because like 2 different guys came in, they used the urinal, they left. The coast is clear. I look away for a second. I look up, and there's a guy standing there looking in the urinal as I'm finished. Yeah. It's hard to describe without getting too vulgar, but
So why did he suddenly walk away and say you're on your own?
because he was an asshole.
I
I
was gonna say, yeah, that's
I said a former friend of mine.
Okay,
Wow.
so this is brainstorming for future episodes of Dan's sitcom.
Oh man.
True.
Uh,
The urinal episodes.
I mean, when we're on the topic, why not, right? So, down there in Pennsylvania, yeah. What's that place called? The
Airport?
is it just an opera house? Like, they have an opera house there?
Heinz Hall or
Heinz Hall?
It's really beautiful
Carnegie
place.
Hall?
And we went there
Center?
to see like the Star Wars kind of thing. I don't remember what it's called, but it's beautiful. I just remember that. But okay, so like they break for the movie, right? The intermission and everything, and like I had to go, right? And I go into that bathroom, and you know, you ever do the thing where you open the door, you look in to make sure like
There's no one there, or that the toilet's not disgusting?
Right? Yeah, it's not disgusting. So I go in, boom, nope. Every single one was like destroyed.
Yeah.
Why?
Everybody watching, enjoy your meal, by the way.
Yeah, I'm saying like, what is that?
Tonight's.
What is that nonsense?
Maybe
I don't
there was
know.
a bug going around.
There you go.
Was that AI generated, Eric?
No, this is a picture from my house bathroom.
That's
I
AI.
I never use the same toilet more than once a week.
Oh, you know, have you ever been camping and you have the urinal that's just like all the way across?
Yeah,
Oh,
they have those on the ferry.
Trough,
The trough.
I don't like the trough.
Yeah, you're like,
It's not right. It's not right.
it's just not right. They got the rocks at the bottom and stuff. No,
No. That's just bad.
I don't like
It's bad feng shui right there.
At our office, they have, almost every place has auto flush these days, right?
yeah.
For whatever reason, the entire 5 years I've worked there, the middle of the 3 urinals, the auto flush doesn't work.
Oh no.
I mean, you can flush it manually. Just push the button, right?
Yeah.
Nobody does because they're
Nobody
so lazy
does.
and used to auto flush that they never flush.
It's just so dumb, or they don't want to touch the handle or
They'll
something.
scan their
Like,
own
what's
things
the
on
thing?
checkout, but they don't refuse to.
Exactly.
All right, I want to go back to the checkout because I have another scenario.
All right.
So what if I go through a 12-hour, a 12 item lane with 8 items, but I plan on only scanning 8 of them?
You're planning on stealing the other 4?
I'm gonna steal the other 4. Is that okay?
No.
Well, I think you can only purchase 8 items or less. You can steal as much as you want.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not inconveniencing you at all. This is not going to take any more time.
So my question with the self thing is, if you don't put it down, it says, are you skipping bagging or thing not put in the bagging area? If you scan one thing but you've got 2 in your hand and you put it down, does it know the exact weight of each item you scanned?
They have the
approximate
I think
weight
so.
of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
They sometimes get it wrong, which is really annoying.
Oh yeah.
I know.
I was in
nothing
line. Worse than the. Hold on, we gotta get somebody over here, because the people who are overseeing the self checkout are not your prime cashiers.
No, these are not your employee of the month type people.
And I apologize if anybody out there is watching who happens to have that role. Please let us know.
They
They
know
have
enough
to-
to be able to scan
for
their
sure.
manager's badge, punch in, look at what you've got, go,
Right. Hey, go
punch
ahead.
in the number,
Okay. All right, go ahead.
exit, and walk away. That's
Okay,
about it.
All right, go ahead. Because if it's anything complex, if it's like, oh no, you're trying to buy a video game that's not released yet, then they're like, oh wait, I gotta call somebody over because that shouldn't have been on the shelf
Well,
yet.
and heaven help you if you want to buy spray paint. You know, there's all these things now that they have to have the adult age verification on too.
That's a good point.
Those people just walked by. They had literally the smallest rolling bags I've ever seen. They looked like shoe boxes, but like huge. Like the wheels are almost bigger than the box.
Oh.
Like, what are you carrying that you can't carry? It's that small. You have to have it on wheels and a stick.
Each gold bar is an individual case.
I'm going with cocaine.
Is that under Dan's hat? The guy with the toupee this past week?
I love that guy. You got to give him credit, right? I mean, that was inventive.
So it's because they're so worried about the like that check thing, like I don't even know what it's called. They got the little measuring thing there to see if it's wide enough. I've had to check bags before because mine was too wide.
Oh yeah, my bag is. Yeah, I mean their bag is so small, like it would fit me in the glove. It'll fit in the little.
Right? Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We lost Dan. Dan,
We did.
TSA just got Dan.
Oh.
Yeah,
maybe
sorry.
he had cocaine under his hat.
The
I keep getting the spam call, and it keeps interrupting my camera.
I mean, I know. The sad thing about the Tide Pods and baby formula Adam brings up is those were both very temporary things. I mean, there was the idiotic Tide Pod challenge garbage that was going around TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok is mainly watched by people who don't have two brain cells to rub together. And then the baby formula was because there was briefly at a certain point in the pandemic a major shortage in baby formula that's long since passed.
Oh, I thought they were scalping him, but they were not.
No, he was wearing a toupee full of cocaine.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
Cocaine.
You know.
And now they're testing it.
Yeah, see.
Oh my.
I think you get credit for, creativity.
See, Kingpin should have done that in Daredevil.
Man.
No spoilers.
Somehow, I don't know how, we're almost at an hour.
I know, just like that. If Brian's movie had gone by this fast. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
It was all urinal discussion.
I'm kidding.
I still have 1 hour left until I can even go to the little Amex lounge. They have a 3-hour rule. They won't
And
leave
you're
until
4
3
hours before your flight?
I'm like 6 hours before my flight.
Oh.
I don't have that many fingers on this hand.
I had to drop my car off, and it's my lease return is right by the airport. So I wasn't gonna. They closed at 5, and the ferry was at. Yeah, get the bail money ready if I'm wearing a toupee at the airport. The only ferry I could take was at 2:55. Anyway, long story short, my flight's at 10:59 is when it takes off.
Oh, that would be early on our time.
I know.
Dan hides his cocaine in his headphones.
They're in here.
You see my nice big padded headphones?
That's right. So is there any airport shopping you can get done?
Yeah, I could.
Duty free? Are you going to go to the duty free?
No. The rule is 3 hours you can get into the lounge. And I'm like, unless you're on a connecting flight. I'm like, what difference does it make?
Yeah. That's silly.
She's like, what flight was your connecting flight? I'm like, this is my originating flight. She's like, oh, I should have lied.
You could have lied. Or you could have, what was the last flight you took? Maybe this is just a connecting flight from that.
That's true.
You just had a 3-week layover.
From Atlanta, same city.
Yeah.
Just tell them you're not flying anywhere. You're just hanging out in the airport.
Even that's worse. You can't get in the lounge at all without a boarding pass. See, it's up there.
Yeah.
Wait.
Then three hours in the lounge.
It's right there.
Dan is going to be wasted for this flight.
I need to sleep on this flight because I have to get to Atlanta, get to my hotel, take a shower, and go right to work for the whole day.
You should watch the terminal.
What's that?
You should watch the terminal.
I know. I feel like I'm living it right now.
All right, so quick recommendations of shows Dan can watch or movies Dan can
I'm
watch
going to sleep.
Put him to sleep.
Oh,
That put him to sleep.
What movies will put Dan to sleep?
I actually got one of these head pillows,
Oh, okay.
and I'm going to put earplugs in, and I'm just going to try to fall asleep.
Good luck not getting an idiot beside you on the plane.
Well, I paid for my
Hi,
upgrade.
where are you going? I'm going there
That's it.
too.
It's an overnight. Typically, you don't get those.
Yeah.
And I paid the upgrade to sit up front, so
Oh,
Mm.
nice.
I can just lean against the wall and not be bothered.
Yep. Yeah, that's a big plus.
It was $165. I mean, that was pretty cheap to get up to first class. Company wouldn't pay it, but it was worth it if I can sleep. Watch, I'll get somebody famous beside me that I want to talk to.
I mean, that's pretty cool. How about your show?
Godfried.
He's dead.
I know.
Well, you would want to talk to him if he was there.
There was just a
Oh, yeah.
story this past week about an airline that forced passengers to sit next to someone who died on the flight.
I saw that.
That seems somehow
That's yeah, I don't like
Yeah,
that.
they were thinking of suing.
that.
Yeah, they should have a way to put that person somewhere if they die.
That's
Yep. Or put him in first class.
Yes, Adam, I'm not in economy. They don't even call it economy anymore. They call it Main or Main Plus, and then there's Comfort Plus, and
It's all marketing.
yeah. I was gonna say you can only rebrand things if people don't remember.
I got row one. I'll have my legs I can stretch out. I'm on the window, so no one can like bug me. I actually asked ChatGPT some secrets to getting sleep on a 4-hour flight.
Did that
To
work?
get a window seat.
Oh.
It said have no caffeine. Past noon the day you're going. I haven't had caffeine all day today. I'm exhausted. I'll get a good night's sleep.
All right, well, that's good.
Good luck.
All right, so I'm gonna get us booted off here before we leave.
Okay.
Dan always pays to upgrade. No, Adam always pays to upgrade. 1A only. That's we're watching the Disney live streams, and they have live concerts a lot in Epcot. And I was curious if you could figure out who was about to take the stage.
No idea.
Oh wait, no, you can't. You can see the words. No. Oh, you
Dixie
probably saw.
Chicks.
I've-
You can't see who it is.
Yeah, I still don't know.
A lot of rocking, a lot of lights happening there.
Is that Corey Feldman?
When you need a friend, you just need someone near. I'm not looking forward to the night I spend.
It's an Air Supply concert from Epcot.
Oh, there's
And they revamped their songs to be like super hard rocking.
I'm not sure I'd call that super hard rocking, but okay.
You have to watch the whole show to get
Is that actually them or is that a cover band?
Oh, that's them.
Oh, the guy dyed his hair. He had his white hair for a while after the pandemic.
Well, I can see why it was a free concert.
If you like the Air Supply, apparently.
I like being able to breathe, but musically,
It was a very interesting concert. I mean, there was quite a light show happening. It was not what I expected when I'm like, oh, Air Supply is performing at Epcot. And I was like, oh, that's going to be a very mellow.
Red's punk album.
And it's like, dom, 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 dom. It's like, wow. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. So there
All right. So what are we watching next week?
Master and Commander.
Yeah,
Master and Commander.
Don't you have to say primary instead of master now?
Maybe.
Mr. and Commister.
It depends if you're going to red, white, and blue land.
Yeah. All right. Well, this
All
was
right.
fun.
Master and Commander next week. And yeah, that'll be our St. Patrick's Day phenomenal movie of amazingness. All right, everybody, go get some sleep.
I need it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So long.